The situational influences on consumer decision making. Presented by Minguez Joanna May, Casinillo, Daddy Jane, CALCIS, Jeremy, Avelino, Kyla, De Guzman, Raquel, Credo, Ryan, Enzel. The consumer's physical situation. Situational influences are temporary that affects how buyers behave. Their behavior is setting the consumer's behavior, learning history. This consumer situation, both of its components, are necessary to the operant reconstruction of the meaning of particular response of behavior pattern of the customers. For example, mirrors are used to calm people down. Physical factors like these are likely the ones over which firms have control or called atmospherics. In addition to store location, they include music played at the store, the lighting, temperature, even the smell you've experienced. Also, the hotel operators have found when people are busy looking at themselves in the mirror, they don't feel like they are waiting. Another example of physical factor, presumably the longer you wander around the facility, the more you will spend. It is great to hook when the place is big and has a beautiful designs. Next.
Not all physical factors are under a company's control, like the weather. For example, buying rain, wait lang. May naka-edit na lang. Wait lang. Not all physical, ano ba yan? Ang ingay! Not all physical factors are under a company's control. For example, rain and other types of weather can be a boon to some companies, like umbrella makers, such as London companies. Umbrella makers, oh my God, wait lang, nawawala ako. Ay, edit nyo na lang sa ano. Sorry na. Hala, nawala yung ano ko. Hala. Not all physical factors are under company's control. Example, weather and different types of heat can be an opportunity to some companies but can be unfortunate to others. But firms often attempt to deal with physical factors like bad weather to make their products more attractive. Umbrella makers is the yung mga mga nagbebenta ng mga payong or anything na panangga sa ulan or bagyo is mas nagbe-benefits dito. Siyempre kung may nagbe-benefits na other companies, meron ding nagbe-benefits na hindi nagbe-benefits. Like sa mga golf courses, sa mga beach resorts, outdoor concert venues, and others. Pero may ibang firms, may ibang companies na binibigyan nila ng, ginagawa nila yung weathers or yung ulan na bilang isang way para mas mapaganda yung products nila, like sa mga photographies, mas na-express ng mga photographers yung emotions kapag umuulan. Ganun. Next. Online shopping. Sino bang hindi komportable sa online shopping? For example, weathers are nakakatamad talaga yung bagyo kapag gusto mong mag-shopping. So, online shopping is an option para ma-enjoy mo pa rin yung pag-shopping mo kahit hindi mo nakikita personally yung mga products. And crowding. Some studies have shown that consumers feel better about retailers who attempt to prevent overcrowding in their stores. However, other studies have shown that to a certain extent, crowding can have a positive impact on a person's buying experience. It is referred as herd behavior. Herd behavior helped drive up the price of houses in the mid-2000s before the prices for them rapidly fell. It is also led to the deaths of people. People react to crowding depends on their personal tolerance levels. Okay na ako.
Okay, next. The consumer social situation. The social situation you are in can significantly affect what you will buy, how much of it, and when. It is an example of buying the things you want, inviting people to do things, going to a social events, parties, bazaar, and also dating. Next. Companies like Avon and Tupperware that sell their products at parties understand that the social situation you are in make a difference. So dito pumapasok, let's say, pakikisama sa isang bagay, gaya na lang ng pagbili ng bagay na not so necessary. Pero as a friend mo naman yung nagbebenta, it's more likely tulong na din. Kesa ayan, sabihin dyan na people will think that you are cheap. Next. You might spend quite a bit of money each month eating at fast food restaurant like McDonald's and Subway. But you suppose you've got a hot first date. Where do you take your date? So, dito po pasok yung kapag first meet nyo ng ka-late night talk mo, like for example, lalaki ka, saan mo siya unang dadalhin? Dapat galante ka. Dapat sa hinaba-haba ng pag-uusap nyo before kayo mag-first meet, alam mo na kung ano yung mga gusto niya. But couples or freshest couples nowadays are more likely na mag-give and take, split the bill kumbaga. Next.
Next is the consumer time situation. Ito yung mga taong laging busy or walang time para mag-shop, grocery, or magbayad ng mga bills nila on time. Isang halimbawa yung Japan. Kasi isa siya sa mga country na pinaka-busy or laging traffic, ganun. So maganda yung idea nila na magtayo ng 7-Eleven Japan para sa mga taong laging busy. Kasi convenient to sa kanila, para sa kanila kasi di na nila need pumila or pumunta sa mismong company nung kailangan nilang bayaran na bill nila or ano man. And kasi sa 7-Eleven, pwede na kasi sila magbayad through online gamit yung machine. So, yun.
So next we have number 4, the reason for consumer purchase. The reason you are shopping also affects the amount of time you will spend shopping. Are you making an emergency purchase? Convenience is the one reason for consumers first purchase. Okay, dito papasok yung mga dahilan kung bakit nga ba bumibili yung isang tao o isang customer. So, we have example here. Kunyari itong gift certificate. Saan ba siya nakukuha? Minsan, free nga lang siya eh. Kunyari, binibigay lang siya through giveaway. Kunyari itong credit card na to, on time mo siya nababayaran, on time mo siya nahuhulugan. Minsan may parapol ka na mabibigyan ka na gift certificate. Which is yung gift certificate, meron siyang worth of money na pwede mong ibili kahit sa SM store yan. Kahit di mo na kailangan ng cash. Basta yung certificate na lang yung ibabayad mo. But may limit siya lagi. So, for example, itong nasa picture 500 pesos, yun lang yung pwede mong gastusin. So, another example is yung mga accessories or alahas. Yan. Ito. Dito naman, papasok kung mapapaisip ka, bibili ka ba sa online ng alahas? Kasi may thought ka na, baka peke to. Baka hindi naman tutunay. Ganon. So, minsan, mapapaisip ko na lang din na, what if on-site na lang ako bumili? So, I can check talaga kung totoo to. Or fake nga ba? So, yun.
The consumer's mood. This study discusses the buyer's mood on consumer's behavior. Customer emotion is a measure of how customers feel about their experience with the company. How does mood affect the consumer's behavior? When they're in a positive mood, people tend to choose products that match their mood and their behavior level of emotional arousal. For example, nagde-decide ka kung pupunta ka ba sa laundry shop para magpalaba or bibili ka na lang ng washing machine, which is mas magagamit mo yung washing machine na pang long term. Mas makakatipid at hindi mo na kailangan pumunta ng laundry shop ng weekly. There are 5 factors influencing consumers' behavior. First is psychological factor. Interesting, human psychology is actual and integral factor that influences consumer behavior, although these factors aren't exactly easy to measure. A few integral psychological factors driving the behavior of consumers are motivation. Motivation actually becomes a considerable defining factor influencing a person's buying behavior. There's a theory na ginawa ni Maslow of hierarchy of needs in which he developed a model that lays the foundation for 5 different levels of human needs, where he lays the base with psychological needs and moves onto safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, and finally heading to self-actualization needs. Next is perception. Our perception is shaped when we gathered information regarding a product that examine it to generate a relevant image regarding a certain product. Dito pumapasok yung pag nakakita tayo ng advertisement or review, feedback, or promotion regarding a product. We form an image of that item. As a result, our perception plays an integral role in shaping our purchasing decision. Minsan pag nakakita din tayo ng or pag nanonood tayo ng TV, pag sa internet, tsaka pag nag-explore tayo through our cell phones, the perception we gain through all these resources plays a definite role in regulating our consumers' behavior. Sunod is learning. Every time we purchase a product, we get a deeper knowledge about it through experience. This learning can either be cognitive or conditional. While in cognitive learning, we use our knowledge for finding satisfaction and fulfilling need with item we purchase. Conditional learning is where we get constantly exposed as a situation enabling us respond towards it. Sunod is attitudes and belief. We all got certain attitudes or beliefs that consciously and subconsciously prompt our purchasing decision. For example, dalawa kayo ng kaibigan mo pumunta sa coffee shop. Tapos, naniniwala siya na mas okay yung tea kesa sa coffee. Kaya, ang in-order niya tea. Tapos, ikaw naniniwala ka na yung coffee is parang nagbibigay ng energy. Kaya, magkaiba yung pinili niyong orderin. Our attitude and what we believe influence our behavior towards a product and also play a key role in shaping the product's brand image. So understanding a consumer's attitude and belief becomes useful for marketers to design their marketing campaign. Second is social factors. We are all social animals, so of course our purchasing decisions are impacted to some extent by the people around. Family. Our family actually have a considerable role to play in impact our purchasing behavior. We form an inclination, aversion towards a certain product from our childhood by explaining, persisting in using those products we grow up. For example, kapag sa family member mo, kunyari, bata pa lang ikaw, kumakain na kayo sa isang fast food chain. Parang sa pagtanda mo, madadala mo yun, na masasanay ka na dun kayo laging kumakain. Parang yun na yung naging family bonding niya. Kaya, pwede mong madala yun hanggang sa pagtanda mo. Tapos, hanggang sa nagka-family ka na, mag-stick kayo dun sa isang fast food chain. Next is reference group. Reference group are basically group of people with whom we associate ourselves. These include clubs, schools, professional or playgrounds, churches, and normally have a common pattern. Next is roles and status. We're all of course influenced by the role that we hold in society. The higher position we hold, the more our status affect that how much we purchase. Pangatlo ay cultural factor. We all have our values and ideologies that are shaped by the values and ideologies by the society we exist in the community we belong. Our behavior is consciously and subconsciously driven by the culture followed by that particular community. For example, yung McDonald's sa India. Sa India kasi, parang hindi nila kinakain yung mga yung beef, yung mga baka kasi ang tingin nila sa baka sacred. Kaya yung McDonald's, pinalitan nila yung menu nila ng ginawa nilang chicken yung beef. Para yung fast food, meron para yung mga taga-India, kumakain pa rin doon sa McDonald's. The Fast Food Corporation introduced McCurry Pan in India, a baked menu item consisting of curried vegetable. For its personal factors, alongside social, psychological, and cultural factors, we all have the factors that are personal to us that influence our choices. These factors vary from person to person, introducing varied perception and behavior. Next is sama na dito yung age. Age is one of the primary factors that impact our preference. Flashy purchasing choices of a teenager would obviously differ from what an elderly person purchase. Kunyari, yung mga bata, parang okay na sila kahit bigyan sila ng piso. Tapos yung mga teenager, parang okay na din sa kanila. Okay na sila makakuha ng mga 100, gano'n. Tapos kapag yung mga matatanda na, parang gusto na nilang magtrabaho kasi yun yung kung saan nila mabibili lahat ng gusto nila. Yun last, economic factor. The purchasing quirks and decision of the consumers largely rely upon the market of our nation's economic circumstances. A strong, healthy economic brings purchasing confidence, while a weak economy reveals a strained market, marked by a weakened purchasing power and unemployment. That's all. Thank you.